You're a bad motherfucker, Divine Feminine. And yet, they still try your gangster. I'm going to tell you why. Poor unfortunate souls. All right. I'm coming back to redo a live. I just submitted a report to TikTok. The live that I did with y'all, I want to say it was yesterday, when I was talking a lot about authenticity. Y'all laughing at me. I was talking about authenticity. And then I came back and I was like sitting looking in a window, and I was basically addressing where someone had came on there with an attempt to kind of defame tarot, was being very negative, talking about like how, people lie. And so I came back to do like a little response to that, because unfortunately there's truth, right? And so I kind of talked about how folks lie. The title is, yes, people lie. And guess what? That live replay is gone. And I did not delete it, okay? And the way it goes is, okay, if you keep your content there after, I want to say either 60 or 90 days, yes, it is automatically removed, okay? But I didn't delete it. So there's one of two things. And so I'm like, either TikTok is going to be dealt with, their peeps, or the motherfuckers that's hacking my shit. Either way, they're about to find out. I'm not to be fucked with. Chances are they're doing some similar things to you all, okay? So I share this stuff because, it's usually something happening on a collective scale of those of you that are on a similar journey. So I basically wanted to come back and kind of re-talk about that. So here's the situation. Here's the way it goes. Life on Earth, Earth School. The nature of the game called life. In everything, you're going to have what I like to call either light and dark, high and low. In everything as we know it, you're going to have energies that are exploratory and predatory in nature, whether this is in the traditional religious sector, if it's in the spiritual sector, whatever type of arena in your personal life, you're going to have people who have ill will and intentions. And then you're going to have people who, yes, because we're all human and flawed, can make a mistake. But it comes down to energy, frequency, motivation, and intention, which cannot be denied. We may be able to lie to other people and to ourselves, but in terms of the way the universe works, source, ancestors, all that stuff, that's a whole nother realm. So in other words, it's, yes, you find hidden dishonor in everything. I talked about how I had to learn the hard way that just because on the surface and profile someone looked like, oh, they're, upstanding, godly, wooty woo, and yada yada, that means that they're coming from a pure place in their heart, or that it automatically means they hold a level of soul integrity. But it doesn't. And I had to learn like everybody else. Okay. Likewise, even in the spiritual community, just because somebody's got a thriving business, just because somebody is a Reiki master, whatever, psychic of all psychics, woo-de-woo, it doesn't automatically mean that they are coming from a divine place within themselves. Any and everything can be exploited. But there's a vast difference between people who willfully and intentionally misguide and mislead people, knowing full well that the information they're providing in the moment in which they are providing it, knowing full well that it's a lie. That's someone that's operating out of hidden dishonor. When someone has made a mistake, whether it be because maybe their intuition wasn't on point, or their energy was being fucked with, or whatever the situation is, if their heart space did not have ill will, malicious intention, it's a different ball game. Okay? People lie in everything. And we're not going to escape that on this earth. Whether we're claiming to be non-believers, believers, atheists, agnostics, Christians, spiritual, whatever we are subscribing or calling ourselves to be, there's one thing that is a matter of fact. As long as we are on this earth school, we will not escape the reality. People lie. People operate with hidden dishonor. Not everybody is trying to hold honor. Some people are doing shit just, like I said, that predatory nature. A lot of the population, whether they are even fully aware of it or not, are operating from the fear and ego base, which is survivalist, which is primitive, which is why people can consciously do the shit they do and not blink. It's why people can sit up and steal and act like they're a whole nother motherfucker and not blink. It's why people could physically harm folks, not in the name of defense, but in the name of, I want to get rid of evidence, and not blink. Okay? Hidden dishonor. And these could be people that in profile, they have all of the so-called things that you would want to associate to somebody being whatever it is that you call good. Okay? But that old saying, that one bad apple, right? We have all heard those sayings, like one bad apple. Well, yeah, that's kind of the way it goes. We get a bad taste in our mouth, when we have had negative experiences in certain arenas with certain, situations. But ideally, we learn how to deal and heal and understand and start evaluating things case by case, learning how to read energy and not associating things to the labels. Oh, they're a this, and then that must automatically mean that. Not necessarily now. Not necessarily. People lie. And I was saying that, for those of you, because like I said, when I was in LOST, Vegas, I encountered, that's the land where anything goes, honey. Yes, this is all over the globe, all over the world, but it is operating very strongly there. That's what it was built on. So that's the land of anything goes. That's the land of I'll do anything if the price is right. Okay? So unfortunately, in places like that, you're going to get a large percentage of folks that, yes, they'll give you a reading. They'll be a psychic. They'll whatever. People can be bought and paid off to mislead others. People know one another. See, we have to learn how to take these things into account. Some people, like I say all the time, easily bought and sold. So they pay a reader to tell so-and-so and so-and-so. And that reader, like I said, they're not dealing with their own soul. Anything if the price is right. Okay? Could be their partner, for all we know. And in places like Vegas, yeah, the land of everybody that been with everybody. So you just never know what you're dealing with when you go into a spiritual arena there as well as a religious arena. So people will say and guide people if they have been bought and paid to do so. Tell them this and I'll give you this. And the people who are okay with that is in a similar energy, like I said. Because if there is true divinity operating or goodness or whatever you want to call it, there's just some things we're just not going to do. Sorry. So they still doing rituals. These people don't learn. That's why I said poor unfortunate souls. Okay? They're still hacking, cloning, doing weird shit as they are deteriorating day by day. Oh, shit. They didn't want this particular message to be heard. I'm taking it. I'm like, wow, of all videos, right? And it's possibly because the things that I was mentioning rang true to how they operated and rang true to how they misguided and misled a lot of people. How they, taking advantage of people's naivete or people's, ignorance, for lack of better words, not meaning that to be disrespectful, but just basically saying people that are just not in the know of a lot of things and taking full advantage of that. Right? Wait. Don't matter. Listen. These people are going down, these groups, these people, I feel like what's probably happening is it's starting to become, they're running, they're hiding, it's becoming one tower after the next. It's all starting to vomit right back at them. And so they're just desperate. They're just desperate at this point. They're trying to silence anybody who is speaking any relevance or truths about the type of people that they are and the type of shit that they do, and people who gives the playbook. This is simple as that. So this is why they troll. This is why chances are collective. If you're a creator of any sort, they're, probably the first ones that jump on your shit every day. Because, like I said, poor unfortunate souls. Don't matter how it's spelled. It matters if you know what it means. Because what's happening to them is like, can you spell you're done? Can you spell your life is over? Can you spell you shouldn't have fucked with her? And her children. You shouldn't be trying to clone her phone. You shouldn't be in her shit. Some of these people finna go on clank clank. Listen, you guys do your due diligence. Continue to do that. And when the time comes, you press charges. Yeah. Hit them on every angle. In the energy world and on earth. Because again, these are the type of people who feel like they're larger than life. They think they're untouchable because of the appearance that they have been able to do something for 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, 40, however long. And now they just so happen to stumble across that one divine motherfucker that's going to be the motherfucker that's bring this shit all together, bitch. Let's accumulate all the karmic retribution and ramification conduct for these individuals. Boom. In one whop. The shit they did to this one, 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 this one. And this one. We finna just go on here and put it together. Put it together. They're gonna feel it. Let me stop. I love this shit, man. Anyway, people lie, y'all, and I'm sorry. Okay, I really am. Like, just on a 100, I'm sorry for situations where people, if you was out there and people lack true integrity, where you're trying to seek help. You know what I'm saying? And instead of them holding integrity as the so-called spiritualist, the so-called, you know what I'm saying, reader, teacher, preacher, whatever they call themselves, you know what I'm saying, willfully participating in misleading people for the right price or for because of their partiality towards somebody, that's dishonorable. Or because of their relation, you know, that's still dishonorable. Ain't no special clause, bitch. And for that, I'm sorry for those experiences where people take things and it ends up leaving a negative connotation in people's mouths and hearts because of folks like that. People that do play in weird nigga bitch shit and do weird shit in these types of industries leave a bad taste and connotation in people's mouths in pertaining to folks who are of integrity, honorable, and do not go about violating other people's free will, rights, and energy, or doing some dishonorable, questionable things to innocent lives for a quick buck. I'm sorry. And for situations, like I said, humans are flawed. And it's a different feel to this where maybe they were mistaken or the intuition was off. But see, again, this is why I still like to advocate. Ideally, we're learning how to train ourselves to sift through all things and apply it according to how it's coming or resonating with us, and our inner guidance and team is telling us for this reason as well. We shouldn't be banking our life's decisions on things external to us altogether anyway. It should be some type of a guide, no matter what arenas we're in, to sharpen our own inner knowing and intuition and causing us to do more due diligence in life and not always handing over our power to someone else to tell us what to do. And this is in any arena. This is if you don't believe in nothing, but you believe in doctors. This is that shit too. If you don't believe in nothing, but you go to therapy, you need to be taking that with a grain of salt as well. Whatever it is we call ourselves, people lie. And some people are, pathological. Because every human, we lied, but not everybody is malicious and pathological. Not everybody is willing to cross some very, very bad lines. Okay? And that's not everybody. But people do. And the quicker we're willing to accept the reality that just because we may not be willing to cross some serious ethical lines, it doesn't mean that everyone else walking holds that same value. And just because one person was a shitty reader or a fake reader or somebody that was doing shit willfully and intentionally lying just so they can get views, following, subscribers, likes, and fucking customers, bitch, doesn't mean that everybody that's in that arena is that way. And it serves us to learn how to mature, heal, and learn the difference. But again, I know that people that have this hidden dishonor has caused a lot of injustices in people's lives. I'm aware of that. I'm a part of the team that's going to be dealing with them people. They know who I am. And maybe by now I know who I am. People lie. COVID, or should I say whatever that was that happened in 2022, only heightened and brought out what was already inside of individuals. It heightened what was already there. when markets begin to crash, when all of that stuff, when the security and all the things that people were banking on are so used to starting to get touched a little bit during that time. It caused a whole lot of people's true essence to come to the forefront. This is why we had a lot of COVID marriages, COVID relationships, COVID businesses, COVID business partners. Why? Fear, 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 fear. Ooh, copy, copy, copy. Can't nobody be authentic no more. Copy, copy, copy. I've been piss shitting my life off this whole time, and now I want to go online and sit and copy somebody else's hard work. I'm pissed off my life. I've been chasing all the wrong things. Too busy focused on this external trying to trap somebody. Shit, woman trap and man trap, bitch. And pissed my life off. And then want to make the hard decisions and choices to heal. So now I want to sit up and look for who the fuck I can imitate. And try to get rid of and act like, oh, that's me. No, it's not. COVID brought this out. High vibers, you guys could have been people that had already started your awakening and process before it hit hard. You could have already been on that journey on some level. You could have maximized the situations with COVID and decided that you wanted to use it in your advantage in a healthy way. Since we're forced to go into isolation, since there's a limit in, all these things, let this be the time where I actually fucking continue to do the work on me instead of looking for somebody I can trap, bitch, and do some old dumb nigga bitch shit. Let me go somewhere and get myself together from the inside out and stop looking for a damn scam. Let me go somewhere and create. Let me take a risk on me instead of a risk on these lowlives. That's how you all did it. And people got pissed at the fruits that you started to bring forth. Things started to bud. And people thought because things started to bud that must have meant you were a lowlife like them. But you were somewhere actually doing the soul work. When nobody was watching. When there was nobody to front and stunt in front of. When there were no accolades. When there were no viewers. No followers. No subscribers. Or very minimum. When there was 2, bitch. Like whatever, bitch. You was still doing this shit, bitch. You was still somewhere, bitch. Because why? Authenticity. And when some of you all started to increase, this is when your haters came out in abundance, in multitudes, bitch. And this is when they get in the energy. Whatever they can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. I don't think so. I don't think so. So this is when they motherfucking ass collected. They was sitting, bitch, every day, bitch. What they talking about essential oils? I'm finna talk about essential oils. They talking about mental health. I'm finna talk about mental health. They got a candle. I'm gonna have 4 candles. They got a podcast. You was doing podcasts before it became super popular to do podcasts. See, this is the part that people don't know. That's the part that they don't know. That's the part that they're not paying attention to. You've been doing this shit. And because you started getting traction, oh my God. Oh my God. What are they doing? They're doing some fitness, something. They're bouncing on a, what is that, a trampoline, bitch? Oh, well, let's go. Let me go get me and my friends, and we going to do some super fast movements on the trampoline, bitch. They're talking about smoothies. We're going to talk about smoothies. Poor unfortunate souls. And they're only racking it up. So, like, there's a daily smirk on my face. Daily. Because they more collective, they do shit to fuck with you. The more they do shit to fuck with your children, the more they do shit to fuck with your life, your business, your social media people, they finna get some nice surprises. They might as well just go ahead like with the rest. I'm just line up. The more they do this shit, the more them gavels are being dropped, them hammers are being dropped. And those that are watching, serve them to learn. Get you don't want to be a part of that. Don't be foolish. You team up with these kind of people if you want to. Don't say Divine Feminine didn't tell you.